The narrative of Koramfil Mission Incorporated does not commence with a grand building or an extensive committee. It begins with a profound calling, a voice that resonated deeply within one man, Reverend Young Il Kim. Born in 1941, Reverend Kim had established a stable life with his wife, Anna, and their children, Hannah and Joseph. Yet a divine path unfolded before him, a call to share the gospel with the remote mountain tribes of the Philippines. On December 5, 1985, Reverend Kim arrived at Manila International Airport, leaving behind the comforts of home to embrace a mission. Reverend Kim quickly began his ministry in the mountainous region of Bukidnon, Mindanao. Through local Filipino pastors, he became aware of the urgent needs of the Mangyan people in Oriental Mindoro. By January 1986, he embarked on the challenging journey to Oriental Mindoro, where his efforts soon bore fruit. On February 1, 1987, he celebrated the construction of the Wagan Church in Mansalay, a beacon of hope nestled within the tribe's territory. The church is led today by Pastor Enrile Luna, and with his assistant pastor, Eliseo Quinton. Even as he reached the most remote mountains, God guided him to the darkest corners of society. Reverend Kim began visiting inmates, traveling as far as the Davao Penal Colony. His ministry took a pivotal turn in April 1987 when he entered the imposing New Bilibid Prison, NBP, in Muntinlupa City, the main national prison for those serving lengthy sentences. Rather than seeking a fleeting visit, he boldly requested permission to establish 8 regular weekly Bible study classes, an unprecedented initiative aimed at planting seeds of hope within one of the country's most formidable institutions. Understanding that the mission could not rely solely on Korean missionaries, Reverend Kim recognized the need to cultivate Filipino leaders. Just months after initiating his prison ministry, the Koramfil Theological Seminary was founded on March 17, 1987. It opened its doors on June 22, 1987, not in a grand hall, but on the second floor of a modest church building with just 25 students packed into a small space. This humble beginning ignited a passionate fire for ministry. By 1990, under the leadership of Reverends Lucio and Elvira Carbajosa, the mission outgrew its initial location and moved to its main campus in Bacoor, Cavite. Reverend Rosendo Carino took charge of the Santa Ana Makati branch. The establishment of the seminary fueled the next phase, church planting. The first church founded by Reverend Kim and the emerging Koramfil staff in Metro Manila was the Malabon Letre Church in 1988. This mission of multiplication quickly took root, establishing local leadership that transitioned from Reverend Young Il Kim to Reverend Ruth Seralde, and ultimately to the current pastor, Reverend Cesar Mahusay, Jr. The church was later renamed Living Christ Christian Mission, located in Malabon City. Through faith, perseverance, and a commitment to serving the marginalized, Koramfil Mission Incorporated has grown from a single calling into a vibrant movement, transforming lives and communities across the Philippines. The initial dedication of Koramfil Mission Incorporated blossomed into a remarkable movement of multiplication, demonstrating that local leadership is essential for sustaining the mission's work. The Mangyan ministry flourished, with dedicated pastor Rogi Degui pioneering churches such as Dangaree Church, 1992, and Puting Bato Church, 2007. Today, the Dangaree Church, located in Victoria, Oriental Mindoro, is led by Reverend Dionita Agao. Similarly, the Puting Bato Church, also in Victoria, is shepherded by Pastor Dante Agao, alongside Assistant Pastor Manuel Sison. The mission ventured into the rugged northern mountains, launching the Ifugao ministry through Pastor Jesse Macapobri and Reverend Alicia Ricafrente. In 1995, they brought the gospel to Hungduan, Ifugao, resulting in the establishment of the Tabag Church, now cared for by Pastor Alfredo Nangligan. The believers actively shared their faith, leading to the planting of the Full Gospel Church in Buhukan, Hapao, Hungduan in 2000, under the leadership of Reverend Pablo Binwag. The following year, they established the Bangawan Church in Hungduan, which is currently pastored by Reverend Sherwin Binwa. Koramfil's strength lies in its ability to plant churches in challenging urban and relocated communities. In 1992, with the support of Reverend Yong Han Kim and the Koramfil staff, the Riverside Full Gospel Church was established in Riverside, San Pedro, Laguna. Initially pastored by Reverend Renato Shinko, the church has since been led by Reverend Jose Oquias and is currently under the guidance of Reverend Roldan Songkwan. In 1993, a group of Korean missionaries alongside Filipino Koramfil staff initiated a children's ministry that led to the planting of the Carmona Church in Barangay Milagrosa, Carmona, Cavite. This church was first overseen by Reverend Rosano Lim, followed briefly by Reverend Wency Portugal, and then returned to Reverend Rosano Lim, who now leads it with his wife, Reverend Benedict Lim. The Carmona church workers, Pastor Demetrio Palic and Sister Amy Mendoza, began a children's ministry and Bible study in another barangay of Carmona, which eventually resulted in the establishment of Hope Church. Initially led by Pastor Demetrio Palic, it is now pastored by the couple, Reverend Magdalena and Reverend Alan Mananquil. In 1995, the late Reverend Ruthie Serald spearheaded efforts in Subic, Zambales, planting the Nagyantok Church and later the Nagbayukan Subic Church, continually adapting and nurturing the congregation over the years. In 2000, the Nagyantok Church was handed over to Reverend Ronnie Adrino. By 2013, the church relocated to Nagyantok Village in Kawag, Subic, Zambales, and changed its name to Good Christian Church, now pastored by the couple, Reverend Ronnie Adrino and Pastor Jennifer Adrino. In 2001, when church members were relocated from Malabon to Bulacan, Koramfil followed suit. Reverend Danilo Beterico, along with dedicated church workers, established the Towerville Good Church in Bulacan, ensuring continuity and community with the gracious support of the Ocheon Church in Korea, which constructed the church building. Today, the ministry is led by Reverend Orlando Bourbon and his wife, Reverend Amy Mendoza Bourbon. In 2004, brothers James Nassen, Jeremel Baliad, Christopher Cristobal, and other workers began ministering in Towerville, San Jose del Monte, Bulacan, resulting in the formation of Bulacan Vision Church. Reverend Randy Finas was the first pastor, assisted by missionary Esther Chung. Currently, the ministry is under the care of Reverend Nestor Fernandez, along with Associate Pastor Lauren Inverso and Pastor Maria Rama. In 2005, Nagbayukan Subic Church was established under Pastor Ruthie Seraldi, later succeeded by Pastor Danilo Betorico, and now led by Pastor Jessen Monatag and Pastor Angelin. Then, on November 9, 2009, GMA Central Christian Church was born through Pastor Alexander Pawakan and missionary Young Chon Byun, together with other Korean missionaries, missionary Kim Hyung Baek and missionary Kyung Won So. Marking another milestone in Koramfil's growing family of faith. Through unwavering commitment and the empowerment of local leaders, Koramfil Mission Incorporated has expanded its reach, transforming lives and communities across the Philippines. The mission's expansion continues unabated. In 2016, Mangahan Hills Christian Church was established, led by Reverend Josevendido Oquias, his wife Vicky Oquias, and Pastor Raymond Albino, who worked tirelessly to win souls in Barangay Sampaguita, San Pedro, Laguna. Pastor Raymond Albino was the church's first pastor, and today Reverend Daniel Del Prado leads the congregation, with Reverend Oquias providing ongoing support. In 2022, the Diamond Full Gospel Church was founded by Reverend Alicia Ricafrente, who successfully transitioned the former Malapay congregation to a new worship location in Victoria Homes Diamond Park subdivision, Tunasan, Muntinlupa. In 1995, the Elect of God Christian Missionary Church, located in Staana, Manila, joined the Koramfil mission. This church, pastored by Reverend Rosendo T. Carino Sr. and assisted by Pienter Rosendo Carino Jr., Pienter Luis Bertillo, and Pienter Ryan Julius Reveos became part of the growing network. The year 2024 marked the addition of 2 new congregations to the Koramfil family. The Church of the Great God, located in Bulihan, Silang, Cavite, officially affiliated with Koramfil mission on March 19, 2024. It is pastored by Reverend Ronaldo D. Lupian, with assistance from Reverend Leon C. Lupian. Additionally, the River of Life Church in Taguig, founded by Pastor Eduardo and Gina Ricafort, along with Susan McSumbol and Maribeth Santos, came under Koramfil mission's covering, with Reverend Richard Barredo taking over leadership in 2020. Reverend Kim had many partners in the ministry. First was his wife, Reverend Dr. Anna Kim, and his longest assistant, Reverend Hyun Soon Pak, who took over the leadership. Gifted ministry partners from the USA and South Korea invest their effort, time, and resources to assist the ministry. Their service includes both short-term missions and extended commitments beyond 1 year. The Koramfil Theological Seminary, the driving force behind the mission, continues to cultivate a new generation of pastors and ministry workers, offering programs such as Basic Ministerial, Advanced Ministerial, Associate of Theology, Bachelor of Theology, and Master of Divinity. The seminary currently serves over 60 students. Adapting to global challenges, it has embraced online teaching to enhance accessibility and learning. In a bid to inspire more individuals to serve God, the Koramfil Theological Seminary Extension launched in June 2025 in Hungduan, Ifugao, starting with a promising number of 22 students, taught by dedicated Koramfil pastors. To further enhance educational opportunities, the seminary has signed a Memorandum of Understanding with Henry Appenzeller University in California, USA. This partnership aims to foster academic exchange, training programs, research activities, and collaboration between the university and the seminary. Professors from South Korea and the USA are generously sharing their expertise with Filipino students and pastors. Looking ahead, the seminary is actively pursuing CHED accreditation, with hopes of achieving this milestone by 2026.
Celebrating 40 years of God faithfulness. For 40 years, we give all thanks, glory, and honor to the Lord. He has been faithful in guarding and sustaining Koramfil Mission Incorporated. From the very beginning, everything we have achieved, every church's plan, every soul reached, every leader training has only been possible because of His grace. KMI began small and almost invisible, yet God carried us through every challenge. Today we stand, not because of our own strength, but because of His unfailing faithfulness. Truly, as John chapter 8, verse 7 declared, truly your beginning was small, yet your later on would increase abundantly. This has been the story of KMI, and today we celebrate this milestone with God at the center of everything we do. KMI was founded in the Philippines in 1985 years through the vision and sacrifice of Reverend Young Kim. In the early years, research were limited and many mission fields were remote and difficult to reach. Yet Reverend Kim never hesitated to go where others would not. Mountain, digital village, and communities forget by many. KMI vision for the future. KMI stick of defense is holistic ministry especially in remote and indigent youth. Community ties by strengthening health, livelihood, education, and development program expand school agriculture industry and vocational training will help mountain community flourish both spiritually and practically. KTS alumni will continue to be empowered through enhanced mentoring, resource, and leadership training, enabling them to plan churches with ministering and respond to new challenges with wisdom and innovation. KMI remain committed to training futures leaders who will serve whoever God calls, whether in cities, prison, village, or mountain. Leadership program will continue for many workers maker by integrating humility and compassion. The ministry and also expand it global and digital presence through media, online platforms, and international outreach, ensuring the gospel remain accessible and relevant future generation. Our shared mission. Together, we look forward to communities transformed through improved education, agriculture, and livelihood opportunity. We envision KTS alumni reaching and leader KTS students beginning training to serve faithful and digital outreach, extending the gospel far beyond physical boundaries. Today, we thank God for 40 years of His faithfulness and honor the life and sacrifice of Reverend Young Kim, along with all pastors, missionaries, teachers, volunteers, and partners who continues to serve faithfully. All glory belongs to God, yesterday, today, and forever. May we continue our blessing KMI and every life touch for generations to come. God bless you.